Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Well, since I'm in a video making mood today, I'm a retired broadcaster from the internet, okay? Engaged in that activity for 6 years and whatever, but my equipment here is getting really old. I thought it would be a good idea to kind of show around my studio here. Maybe you can pick as a young broadcaster or somebody that wants to attempt this ridiculous nonsense. You might be able to pick up a few tips from me here or whatever have you. Now let me grab up this digital camera and start with my webcam right off the get-go. Hope this image don't get too shaky, but let me turn this around. Okay, right here, that gizmo that you see there is a Logitech webcam. I've had it for so many years. I don't even remember what model it is, but it is a Logitech built for a Mac. You can tip it up and down like this. And I've got a wing nut set up here where, I can turn the camera like this. It really helps out a lot to get that camera away from your face, especially if you're going to stick your face on the internet, because there's all kinds of inherent problems with that. Alright, right down there, that white box that you see there, that's a 1 terabyte USB fired hard disk drive. I've had to use that, especially for YouTube videos, and I do lots of pictures and stuff like that. That's a show board. That's a dry erase board that you're looking at right there, and I wrote down many jokes and many stories on that, trying to present my shows or whatever have you. Okay, right down here on the side of my desk, see that big cluttered up, wired up mess there? That's a USB hub, because I've got a lot of junk plugged in and I needed one of those hubs, okay? Everything I've ever done on the internet since 2007, I've done with that Mac Mini right there. That's a first generation Mac Mini. It still works quite well. I'm very proud of that little computer. I know a lot of people don't like Apple products or whatever have you, but that's your problem. Okay, all computers have sound in and out. Like sound in could be your microphone. Sound out could be like your headphones. Okay, you're going to have to figure out what wiring you use. But in my case, this right here is wired in to this right there, which is a Behringer DX626 mixer. Now here's the key. Here's something you might want to pay a lot of attention to. This channel right here, you see this XLR cable right here? Okay, this bank right here controls the mic, if you will. This bank over here to the right side, right next to it, that's for your music. Okay, essentially speaking, for the internet, you only need a 2-channel mixer. This one is a 3-channel mixer, this Behringer. There's nothing hooked up to this channel right here. And of course, you'll have to play around with all these sliders and knobs and everything to get your sound just right. This is for queuing up your headphones right here. And this is a master bank of controls I don't even need to talk about. But like I say, I couldn't reiterate this enough. You only need a 2-channel mixer for the kind of stuff that I've done over the years anyway. And this is, like I say, a Behringer DX626, okay? And the headphones, they plug in right here. In fact, they're sitting right there up against my... Over the years, a lot of people think that this is my computer, but it isn't. It's a 1500 watt uninterrupted power supply made by Cyber Power. We get a lot of storms up here in Montana. And the only other thing I've added recently, and I've got a YouTube video on it, is that mic preamp right there. It's a tube preamp. It's made by Art. Like I say, I already got a YouTube video on that. And here's a microphone right here that I highly recommend. That's a mirror back there that you see, which is okay. But this is a Shure SM58S was just switched. You can see this switch right up here like this. And this cable right here is an XLR cable. That's a 3-prong jobber that everybody gets all mixed up on, but I do really highly recommend Shure mics. They're good mics, and that's while I'm thinking about it, that's a dynamic mic too. Now, I've always just used a little desk stand here, and of course here's my mouse, my old dirty mouse, and I've got an old IBM keyboard that I remapped for a Mac. It's been a really good keyboard. You can see these at pckeyboards.com if you want a real good, strong, stable keyboard. Okay, and that's really my whole entire system, and I just wanted to get this on record simply because, I'm retired from broadcasting. However, I do a little harp playing and recording off of this setup I got. And that's really about it. Now, there's my outside speakers, but one thing I want to say before I quit. A lot of people will play their music and stuff. They're trying to stream music out of their outside speakers, and then they depend on their doggone microphone to pick it up. Well, that don't work out so well. Plain and simple. I've always used iTunes as my generator, my music generator, but you can use Pandora and all kinds of stuff. Excuse me. I'm working on a movie file right now, but anyway, that's my studio. In a nutshell, for anybody that cares, which I know most people don't, especially when it comes to that nasty, wicked world of broadcasting, internet broadcasting. And for most folks, if you don't know what you're getting into, my advice when it comes to internet broadcasting is to do one thing and one thing only. Don't. There's just too many weirdos, too many haters and trollers on the internet, and that's just the way it is. Thank you very much for watching the Movie File.